Keep fighting until I get there. When I'm down, I feel like I'm with my. Hey y'all, it's Slim here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back here with another freaking video. Woo, 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 woo. I'm like really excited because I haven't cut this camera on in like a little bit over a month, more than a month maybe. I don't know. So where the heck have I been? Everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. I hope not. I just been getting my life together just a tad bit. Not saying it was like a part. When I got so much on my plate, it's so much I can only focus on. So if multiple things are like pulling my energy, that's kind of where it is. And then I gotta rejuvenate. And really it was the wrong things that was taking my energy that was pulling me over here. But you know, tower moments happen. I definitely have great things in store for myself and for you guys. Like I'm super excited. You know, your girl was born with innovation in her middle name, okay? The one thing I'm gonna do is be on some cool raw shit, okay? Period. I also have moved. I'm pretty sure if any of you guys follow me like on TikTok or like maybe other social medias, I really don't announce too much, but I have a YouTube room now, guys. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie. Like I still got boxes in the closet from, this is specifically YouTube stuff. Because I'm really trying to be neat with things. I really don't want to unpack things until I have the proper storage so stuff doesn't look like it's just everywhere and then, you know, cluttered house, cluttered brain, can't think straight. You know, you just want everything to be nice, clear, clean, so you could think better, feel better, all of that good stuff, you know. Let me stop rambling. So for today's video, I actually really didn't know what to do, but I thought it'd be amazing just to go ahead and give another story time because I haven't done it in a while. You know, it's another layer of like my life that I kind of like to share with you guys slowly but surely. Look back and I just be like, bitch, I'm so proud of you for like accomplishing a lot of shit that you have overcame. I wouldn't be who I am, what I am today, have the knowledge and the wisdom that I have today if it wasn't for these low vibrational people. You know what I mean? So I just think me sharing it, me being as young as I am, I'm hoping that it could touch a lot of people. And like, don't be afraid to reach out if you have any questions or if you just want to tell me your testimony. Just being a listening ear is always a bonus for me. And I just love to hear people overcoming things or going through similar situations, just because I know when I was going through a lot of bad shit, I thought that I was like the only one in the whole universe. So it's just really nice to hear that you're not the only one, you're not singled out in the world. So this story time is gonna be when my foster sister stole my fucking money. Okay, let's talk about it. Originally when it first happened, I couldn't even talk about it because I couldn't even like, you know, you can't comprehend like somebody had you this. This is the first foster home I ever stayed in. So I moved into this foster home, I think when I was 16, because I remember my 17th birthday there. This happened after my 17th birthday, towards the end of the summer, right before school was finna start. And at this time, I was working at McDonald's, and the predicament I was in, like I was really on some like hustle, and I was really trying to get a car because at the time my foster home was in the city, which is like probably 30 plus miles from where my school was. So a lot of the time I took public transportation all the way to the suburbs. But when I would go to work, I would take it to school and then take the transportation to my job, and then I would Uber home back to the city at night. So that's kind of how my routine went for the most part. I wouldn't say I was stressed, but I was really on some hustle stuff because I had to buy my clothes for the new school year. Homecoming was coming up. It was my senior year, so I got senior shit to focus on. So it was a lot of things that I already had kind of overwhelming in my head that made me be on some money stuff, and I felt like I could get a lot done at the time if I had a car. So I guess I can give you a little background on this girl. Do we want to use her real name? Because I don't give a fuck. This girl's name is Tatiana, I think. So when I first moved into this foster home, it was just me. My foster parent, we're gonna call her Deborah. She was an older lady. She did have, I think it was her brother or a nephew that stayed in the basement, but like he was over old, pushing past 50. That's one thing that I was really grateful about in my first foster home, that I didn't have to worry about no creepy uncle in the basement sneaking his butt upstairs. My condolences to anybody that had to deal with situations in that aspect, but this guy really kind of stayed out of the way. Unless we were in the kitchen at the same time, he spoke to me, I spoke to him. So I remember her asking me if Tatiana could come. She was a senior at the time. Now, mind you, I was ending my junior year, so she was ending her senior year. Like I feel like I was really open to her, really nice towards her. Like I thought it was mutual energy. I was super naive back then and super friendly, and so that blurred a lot of, I guess, the red flags. Just made myself super vulnerable without even realizing it. I know her and her friend that she used to ride the streets with, like I paid a lot for them just because at the time I kind of felt bad that she wasn't working and we're both in care. And then I heard her side of the story with her mom being on drugs. When I was first in care, I didn't have nobody around. My brothers weren't there, my cousins, nobody was around me. Nobody came to visit me outside of my sister and my two brothers. And that time, like when she came in, I really was open to like really building a bond and holding this bond with this girl. I don't know why, that was just the loneliness in me that I was really trying to fill up. For her prom, did her makeup, I paid to get her nails and her feet done. I let her wear a pair of my heels. I was gonna do her hair, but I didn't make it back from work because I had to take the train. I rode out with her to prom. I didn't stay, but I did took her outside pictures for her. We can fast forward to my birthday. I did invite her out to come eat with me. I did invite her to like the hotel room that me and like maybe 3 of my other friends were gonna go back to, but I guess she didn't want to, or her and like her friend she ran the streets with, we're gonna call her as Rebecca, like had something going on. I don't know, for real, I don't know. So let's fast forward to, this could have been maybe early August, or maybe the end of July is when this happened. Me working at McDonald's, I say I stacked a lot of money. I never had this before. When I stayed with family members at the time, I never even worked. They wouldn't allow me to work. I just did a lot of shit because I was used to being by myself. And then I thought we had this bond because she was being nice to me back, that I really didn't have awareness to boundaries, and I just did shit without being mindful that people are watching me. And so I used to hide my money in my dresser drawer, my underwear drawer. I just thought that was a thing because who the fuck is gonna go through my shit? But oh, sorry y'all, I literally had my camera overheat, blocking the blinds a little bit, and I changed the battery out because that was hot too. So anyways, but I guess if I have aunts that steal from me, what makes you fucking think I won't have random fucking strangers that don't owe me a shit steal from me? I just didn't think the way I think now. I don't even think what I thought at age 21, okay? So let me just insert real quick. Before Tatiana moved in, my foster parent didn't know I was working on a car. So me and her were working with some guy in the city that had neon, what's them neon brand cars? What's the neon brand? Is it Dodge? Dodge Neon? We were working with the guy and I think he wanted 1,000 maybe. Remember that story time I did about that girl that stole my hair? Okay, yeah. That's right before this comes in. So sometimes after work, I would crash at her house, or I forgot completely what I even made her name in that story time, but we're not gonna highlight her. I'll tag the story time somewhere on the screen right here. So I wasn't always at home. Like when I did go to the city, it would be to grab more clothes. Like it wasn't a 7-day-a-week thing where I was showing up there. My foster parent, I didn't even get checked on half the time, most of the time. When I would show up, I would see the money in there and I would add to it and then I would leave out again. Like it would have been super fast. Like I was probably in and out 5 minutes. I can't pinpoint what day that bitch stole. I can pinpoint what day where I came to get my motherfucking money and buy my car, okay? I was getting paid, and so I knew I had a $700 check coming in my deposit. I knew I had $850 stashed in my underwear drawer. So this day specifically, I was out with that girl that stole my hair. That was a hating old girl, okay? She was a hater, her and her family. She had a family outing that she invited me to, because I do remember her boyfriend was there too. Him and her took me home. I probably got back to my house maybe like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. I got out the car, I instantly went upstairs, go in my room, open my drawer, and it's not even a $20 sitting in that drawer, y'all. like the money I got put up now, I'd kill somebody. Steal my shit if he wants to. So, and that was just $800 I was ready to offer girl. When I finitoed, rat poison your food. I'ma do something crazy to you. But I seen the money gone, and I literally, like, my first instinct wasn't somebody took my money. I swear to God it wasn't. It was, where the fuck did I put my money at? So I'm looking in all my drawers. I'm looking under my bed. I'm pulling the drawer actually out. I don't even know what I did. I think it was like slow motion shit. There's no way I moved this money. So once I came to my senses that I was not here, I snapped. I did snap, y'all. Before I even called anybody, I went looking first. I went in my foster parents' room. I didn't go all the way through her stuff because I didn't want to accuse nobody, because I really truly didn't believe these people had something to do with my money being missing. The dynamic we had in the house It was like a mutual understanding. My foster parent was helping me with getting a car. This is the one foster parent that was giving me my allowance that the state was giving her to give to me. So that's why I really didn't think it was any maliciousness, like that maybe I messed up or something. And then I've never experienced anything like this, like ever. Deja was on go mode. I was gonna give it to you if you wanted it. Like I was really quick like that. But I called my foster parent going off. I was like, where's my money? My money is missing. My money's not in the drawer. I said, if you don't come back here, I'm breaking every TV in this pit. Like I was going off. She probably didn't even expect that from me, but I was going off. When she pulls up and comes in, she's like, Deja, what's the matter? Like she's like, what happened? She's like, where you put it? So I'm showing her exactly where I put it at. So she go in her room and she's like, Deja, you could look in here. Your money's not in here. I'm gonna text Tatiana and see like where she's at. And she's like, I haven't seen her like in your stuff or anything like that. She said Tatiana was declining her calls. I texted my friend at the time who dropped me off about like what just happened. In the midst of me going off on the phone with my sister, she's calling me and I'm like, hold on, so-and-so is calling me right now, sister. Like, hold on. She's like, I'm finna tell my mom you coming over right now. She's like, don't spend a night there. Like, don't stay there. I hang up the phone on her. I'm really trying to figure out like what to do because like I said, I've never had this happen before, and the only thing I could think of doing is I guess like making a police report. I didn't know police can't do shit about money, and so I was calling to make a police report because I was only 17 at the time. She told me that I had to have a guardian go ahead and make the police report. Basically just got to get permission from my guardian. And I'm like, hey Deborah, I got the police on the phone. I'm trying to make a police report about my money. So she was like, okay, she'll talk to them. So I give her the phone and I leave out. I kind of hear her like going back and forth, like bumping heads with the operator, y'all. She called me back though, and then I go in the room and I take the phone from her. So I'm talking to the operator and she's like, yeah, she doesn't want to make the report, so like we can't do it. I'm like, what do you mean she doesn't want to make the report? Deborah was like, she's asking me all these questions like I'm a thief. I'm like, Deborah, she has to ask you these questions because you live here. Like, so she's like, I'm not doing a police report. I don't care. I'm not doing it. So that's what like amped me up, because now you looking super suspicious, because all we need you to do is go ahead and say what you gotta say so I can say what I gotta say and it can go ahead and get filed. But now you making me feel like you got something to do with my money. All she doing is ask you routine questions that she gotta ask when something comes missing. Like we were like going at it, going back and forth. Like, I'm not scared of you, girl, little girl, da 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 da. I'll push you. I said, girl, you don't want to fall down these stairs. Stop playing with me. At any age you think you can play hands on me, you gonna get your butt rolled. So the operator here, like, I guess he hear what she say and then hear my response. So she like, Deja, leave out of there. I'm gonna send the police out there. So I leave. I go outside. I'm going off. She's still on the phone with me just to make sure like this lady don't provoke me to do anything. When I'm outside, Deborah, she has an older son that's married, and then she got a granddaughter that's maybe a year younger than me or something. So I guess she went ahead and called them, because them three pull up and they get out the car. I'm not scary, so I'm gonna call it out. Like, I ain't beating about a rush. You come out, let me know what's up so we can just get it over with, whatever the case may be. I don't like weird stuff, so I'm gonna say it with my chest first to see what the hell y'all on. So I can go, so we can just get to it. I ain't with beating around the bush. And so I said something, they ignored me, walk up the stairs. I said, okay, y'all clearly not on shit. I didn't say that part, but in my head, I'm like, yeah, they not on shit, clearly. The police pulled up, 2 officers get out. Basically, the operator was saying she felt like Deborah was really suspicious because the questions that she was asking her, it should have never called for her to be this defensive and then this to escalate like that. So I guess when it comes to like circumstantial, they can go ahead and foul. I don't know. I ain't with the law, but that's what she told me they was gonna do. So as me hang up the phone, one of the officers come, pull me, walk me over to the corner, and then the other one went inside the house. Give them the whole rundown of everything that happened. So after that, I think the other officer came out too. Why the fuck does Tatiana and her little run the streets ass friend walk up, and they walk up the stairs, walk in the house and shit? I'm like, Bean Boozled. They don't say nothing to me, just walk straight up in the house. So when the other officer come out, he was just saying they finna take my report, and if I wanna leave, they'll take me to wherever I wanna go. Like, I don't have to stay here for the night. I go in there, I grab a couple clothes, grab my laptop stuff, I grab my school stuff, grab my work uniform. They really did were apologetic, and they felt really bad because what can they do? And then they getting weird energy from the people in the house, and it's just more of like, we really can't do nothing but try to de-escalate the situation. Deja will take you somewhere else. Her 3 family members just sitting in the kitchen, not saying nothing. While I go upstairs and I'm grabbing my shit, Tatiana is on her side of the room packing all her stuff up like she finna get up out of here. I don't know what she's packing all her stuff up for. I don't even say shit. Grab what I grab and I leave. I went and I crashed at my friend's house that dropped me off. Devil like to hate on me, for real. So I cut my AC on in the living room. I'm hoping it's not too noisy and you can't hear it from all the way in the back in this room, but it's a lot cooler in here. I'm wondering if it's just because it's in the room, it's just getting hot in here. Let's see how the AC works. But my caseworker basically already knew. She told me she was already working on me getting out of there. So my friend that I spent the night with at the time, we actually were like, Deja, we finna go back over up to the house and we finna look around, because she thought like maybe I just misplaced it somewhere, something crazy like that. So when we get in the house, nobody's in there and everybody's gone. When I go upstairs to the room, Tatiana's bed that was on the other side of the room, like everything from her side is cleared out. Like it's all cleared out. So we looked in the room and everything. We left. We go up into Deborah's room. If you guys know, like older people are kind of like hoarders a little bit. Not saying her room was like crazy like hoarding, but it did have a lot of stuff in there that made it a lot more difficult to, I guess, search. At the same time, it kind of made it like, nah, she wouldn't put that there because look at all this junk over here. And I truly, in my heart to this day, I don't believe she took my money. She probably regrets the way she reacted towards me. So I ended up getting feedback back from her months later after leaving her house to know that somewhere in there, she's very remorseful. You know, whatever. We searched in there, then we went downstairs, searched all in the living room, looked through all in the kitchen. It wasn't in there. Now there's a kind of like a sunroom off of the kitchen. While like we in the kitchen just looking around shit, I'm passing it, but I'm seeing shit in there. So I'm like, what the fuck is this in this sunroom? Because I've been here for months and it's never been nothing in there. So I just looked. While I look in there, why this girl move into the sunroom, y'all? So my friend's like, girl, go up in there. We looking through all her shit. But I didn't want to make it obvious that we were in her shit, which Deja now don't give a fuck. You take my shit, I'm all in your shit, and you gonna know I'm in your shit. Okay? But me then, I still had boundaries for other people, even though I was disrespected. I didn't want her to know that we were looking at her shit. So like a lot of stuff, we either didn't touch or we barely kind of touched or like hurried up and put back. But the fact that I couldn't pinpoint the exact day, like I only can tell you the last time I put money in there. I didn't come back for days. It's not like, oh, I was just here yesterday and I got stolen. This money can be gone, like spent, gone. Like the way they ran the streets and how they didn't have jobs and how like messed up their mindset was and situation was, that money could have been gone within the night. It even got to the point where like when we went back upstairs to check my room, we even like got on my laptop and was like looking at psychics to go ahead and like pinpoint where this money was in the house. She was saying that, oh, she sees it in the book and all that. You know, us being like 17, that shit was getting us hype. So we like, yeah, let's go look the books again. All type of bullshit. So like at that point, we were just like, well, skip it. Like at this point, we not getting nothing back. And I think my sister even called me because she was so flabbergasted and hurt for me. She's like, well, like, Deja, what do you do? I said, I just made the report. Like, I don't know what to do, sister, without going to jail. Regardless of whatever I do, now that I'm a lot calmer, that's not gonna get my money back. She did tell me to call one of my aunts, but them didn't give about me for me to be ended up in foster care. What would they do if they couldn't even do the most to make sure I had a stable living when my mom couldn't? I was more on some, hell no, I'm not calling them. If anything, one, they not gonna help. Two, they gonna make fun of me. Three, they're gonna do both. I didn't see a point of involving people that showed me that didn't give in the first place. You know, back then I was real like particular on how like who I told what to, because I just didn't want to be seen as like less than, because I had that a lot. After we left Deborah's house later that day, I think Deborah did call me. I guess she did respond back to Deborah and she was like, I'm tired of you guys always accusing me of something. I'm just gonna move out that room. When Deborah told me that, I was like, when do we always accuse her for anything? This is our first time ever. I was like, bitch, we've been nice to you. What are you talking about? But in that moment, her moving out the house didn't initiate, bitch, you're guilty. Because what are you moving out the room for if, one, I never had a problem with you? I never even reached out to you. No way where you could say I came at you sideways or anything. We never had words about my money. I just didn't have the chance to, which I'm kind of glad, because I just know I probably would have fought this. I would have fought her in that house. And that's why God make everything happen for a reason, so I don't end up in jail. And I kind of went off, had my words, and I got off the phone because I was like, I'm still still not messing with you, Deborah. Whatever. Shoot, I just crashed at my friend's house for a few nights up until my caseworker told me to meet her, because I guess Deborah was like, oh, I can't come back in here, or some delulu like that. And my caseworker was like, girl, do you want to go to jail? Do you really want us to send your old butt to jail? You know, we're pulling all my stuff out the room. She's like standing in the doorway with her cane, making sure we don't take anything that was already in the house. And I think when I was bringing stuff downstairs, she had like a pack of squirts, and I actually grabbed one and I had it on top of my suitcase, and it was just because I was thirsty. We was doing all that moving stuff. There was no water bottle, so I just grabbed that, and that was the last thing I moved out. And when I was moving it out, my caseworker was in the door, and she said something to me about the squirt. She was like, you're taking my squirt, that's stealing, that's a thief. She was emphasizing that because of the incident that just happened, and my caseworker checked her and was like, stop talking to Deja. You're gonna get your butt in trouble. Deja, give her back the squirt. You're doing too much. So I don't know if all that adding up led to her, you know, demise or whatever. Yeah, I never saw Deborah again. I never saw Tatiana again. Nothing came from it. I just made the police report, and I just had that for record. And they just basically got me out of there. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't broke. Like, went school shopping for myself and just saved, and I just continued to work. Reflecting on that though, everything happens for a reason, because when I really think about it, y'all, like, forget me being over disrespected and being stolen from. If we really look at like the situation minus that part, I had no business buying that car. I really didn't. I didn't have a license. I didn't have insurance. I didn't even have like the plates. Like, I didn't have a license to even go get plates or put anything even in my name. The guy would have took my money, and that would have been that, and the car would have been trashed. Everything happens for a reason, and I learned my lesson from that. You know what I mean? I didn't keep any money in my underwear drawer anymore. I started putting it in a water bottle. That was unsuspicious though, an unsuspicious water bottle. Like, I live by myself now, and I still got a little PTSD where I'm like, who's in my shit? It's not that I have like trust issue problems. I just was super naive then, and I just wanted everybody to be my friend and to like me, so I just overextended myself. And I think the way I am with money always comes off that I'm just like this rich ass bitch. I'm very good with money, and money is attracted to me, and the way I get it back and I spend it just makes it seem like I'm just rich. But it's all just a mindset thing, and just money management and working out. Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Let me just say that I ain't never let that shit happen again though. So that basically completes this story time. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed it. If you guys have like any other story times like that and like want to share them, please comment down, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that had a little funky old thief in their life. And if you really enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. And if you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I'm super excited to be back. I can't wait for next week's video. Halloween is coming up. Super excited. I'm sending you guys peace, love, and light, and you guys will see me on my next video. Bye.